What's up, guys? This is HorsePLAY Live Uncut, episode 136. I would say 138. I'm jumping ahead. Gonna talk a little bit about card games tonight. It's a very brief pre-show. Yeah, Hearthstone. We're talking about some other ones too, though.
Not right now. It's not.
Oh, you wanna?
Hearthstone is life. Hearthstone is love.
We gotta mention some other ones, but we'll mostly talk Hearthstone.
No, we don't. Whoever said we had to mention the other ones is a liar.
We have the duty to the audience to cover everything.
He said duty.
Duty. Poopy pants. Oh man. Did we?
Straight up. Loser. Lahu. Zahir.
Not so much news tonight, so we could jump straight into our TV talk, movie talk. We got some network news, and then our feature discussion is going to be about Hearthstone and some other games.
And before Yogi pops it out, we do have a guest tonight. We're not going to tell you who it is, unless you already heard. If you haven't, you got to fucking wait.
Our special guest is Pikachu.
No. If you guys could pay attention. If anybody else has been paying attention of what's going on lately, you know who's here. Duh.
Pika.
No, it's not fucking Pikachu.
But it should be. Just say.
That'd be nice.
Everybody loves Pikachu.
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, I was giving the show notes a once over.
Too late.
Everything looks
Should have
good.
done that earlier. Here we go.
Oh, this is the third over. How about that?
Starting the stream in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of AllGames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead, and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody, though.
Obi, you're muted.
I am muted, but I'm only muted in TeamSpeak. Joke's on you. Today is Thursday, July 21st, and we'll say June again, 2016, and this is episode 136, and possibly titled, because we probably couldn't think of it, because it's really, we were weird. Walking through walls and mirrors, in a red shirt, and a dumbass hat. Now, can you guys know where we came up with that before? No, nobody does, because it's freaking retarded. But,
I wanted to put in the most retarded, random, freaking.
Just to hear me say it, right? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
you're trying
good.
to do?
Yeah, it's just like
You're a dickhead.
cute kitten in a tutu. Just why not? By the way, thanks to the hosts. We got 2 hosts right off the bat, and our alerts are working.
All the time, like I don't hear anything.
Well, yeah, because you have to set it up on your side. But we got a host from Tiger Claw and who's not in here. Wow, he's not even in here, and he hosted us. And Morgana Freya. Woot woot.
Thank you to both of you guys for giving us that host. That really means a lot to us. You guys know. You guys have been around for more than a while. it might sound a little different for me today. You guys know I got my board, my soundboard, and then I had to get a new mic. All those times where I was cutting out, and I swear to God, it was my little hub that I have. No, it was actually my mic that was breaking. So we're here, live in effect, blah blah blah. Yogi, PP touch for everyone.
Yes, lots of PP touch for everyone. There's a plethora of plentiful, perpendicular purple PP touch. And a plethora and plentiful is redundant, but that's okay. Or the P sound.
Dude, you are going way over the line.
Nah, man.
It's not even a tip. It's not even a toe. It's like your whole body.
I didn't even bother dipping my toes in. I just dove in.
He's like, cannonball, motherfucker. Here we go. But tonight, guys, we do have a guest with us. We told you that on of course, the pre-show, I guess. The early. We told you on the early.
Wait, we should just start using adjective as nouns. Be like, yeah, you know, during the funny. Remember the funny?
Yeah.
That one not that good because you could use funny. Like that's a funny. We need to think of a good one.
You could, but it's all good. I'll do that code next week. I'm not really.
No, I'd say yeah for future reference, so you know.
Yeah, we'll do it next week, so if anybody, they'll actually see it in stream as it's going, which is cool.
Yeah, because it stopped working, and a lot of people had problems with that on Twitch alerts. I know a little behind the scenes.
My shit is just dead. Like, I have to go get the other broadcasting software, the OBS, the multi-platform software. I'm still using the original, so it's because, me, if it doesn't break, I'm not gonna change it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm still using classic OBS, but I use the multi-platform, the OB Studio as they're calling it now. I use that if I stream from the console, because it does stream from console better than OBS Classic does for some reason. I think mainly because it picks up the DVR.
Well, I got my own computer technician here, so we'll think about rocking that out. And of course, that is the guest too.
Ah, the good segue.
And the man himself, TSE Blaze. What's up?
Meow.
Okay, he's
Don't get her.
dog right next to
Don't get her started.
as soon as he went, Sadie looked up and went, "What? Kitty? Yeah."
I think Sadie and Blue would get along very well.
No.
She reminds me of Lila, and Lila and Blue get along really well.
This dog, I love her to death. She is my baby. Okay, the only two people I love more than this dog is my wife and my kid. All right, but it's sometimes. But she is like any other pets. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking gerbil. I'm like, God damn, chill. Cats, she will try to rip their head off. Other dogs, if that other dog postures, she's automatically showing teeth saying, "Hey, I'm about to fuck your ass up. You want to go?" Or the whole other thing, "You don't want none of this. You do not want none of this."
Yeah, I've seen some gruesome stuff, like the way a dog can latch on and shake an animal and just snap it. Like, ugh. We actually had a tragic thing happen in our neighborhood recently. There's a lot of people that, because we're pretty much in the sticks. We're in suburbia. And, people figure driving to the ASPCA or a shelter is too much work, or they don't want to pay the fees, So like, people leave kittens just planted all over the place, and one of the kittens, it makes me angry and sad at the same time. One of the kittens got ran over, and it was still alive. It was just hurt, and the person who hit it didn't bother to stop and check on it, and then it was really hurt, and the dude that mows the lawns around here, freaking I'm not even gonna paint the picture. Fucked up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose.
I would have that. It doesn't matter. You got to know what the fuck you're mowing over. Like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
like, bitch, your job is gone.
yeah, when you're mowing the lawn, man, like there's so
If you're
many
the owner-
things.
because there's so many people that own long businesses here. And sorry to cut you off, but if you're sitting there and you're cutting grass for somebody else and you're actually getting paid to cut this grass and you do that to an animal, I don't give a flying fuck who you are. You could be the owner of the business, because guess what? I'm about to dog the shit out of you on social media, so then you're not going to get any more business, period. Remember that lawn company that I told you about that made my yard look like a racetrack? They're no longer in business. They're shut down because of what I said on social media.
It's crazy too, because like landscaping is such a good business to get into, but most people get into it because there's such a demand for it, right? But
Yeah,
like,
not if you're gonna do it half-ass.
exactly, like
Half-ass everything.
anybody can freaking sit in a lawnmower and just ride it around. Like that's not really doing much, you know. Like actually get out of that shit and get the hedge clippers and
When I asked
you know.
him about it, when I asked him about it, like this guy, he's like, well, but we edged your sidewalk. Okay, the front of my house looks awesome. Okay, I will give you that. It looks great. Everything is no stray weeds, no nothing. But the back of my house, on the other hand, looks like a fucking racetrack, because you cut a corner. You didn't go all the way to the corner. You just cut the corner. So I got a big old tall patch of grass in the corner of my yard. And on top of that, you went over the same spot 3 freaking times, which then now it looks like, hey, I got lawnmowers racing in my fucking yard.
Yeah. No, yeah, yeah. And the thing too is like a lot of people now, especially as fibers be expanding and just any kind of networking, usually when they put the wires in, they don't dig them deep in there. So like there's always some exposed wiring, right? And like these dudes, like they're going through these edges and they're not watching where they're like mowing. Like get the weed whacker, cut that manually, that little bit there. You see there's cables there. We're just gonna blindly ride around in your little car and not really pay attention to what you're driving over. Yeah, that shit fucking. When I didn't witness it, I heard about it from my family, and that shit knocked the wind out of my sails. Cause that kind of stuff pisses me off, man. It just makes me sick in the stomach.
Right. So, Yogi, speaking of, you kind of know what we've been up to for the last week.
Yeah.
Anything new with you?
Where do I start? A lot of things going on in, behind the scenes on the network. What's that?
From the beginning?
Well, I'm living the real life Silicon Valley, and right now we're in that formulation phase where everything's really intense, because you know that if it doesn't go through, if these deals don't go through, people are gonna be living out of cardboard boxes, and it's kind of scary. It's kind of do or die right now in a lot of ways. So, crossing my fingers. You know, still going through family issues and you know the financial struggles and all that. But you know, hanging in there, taking it day by day.
Definitely.
But other than that, like on a lighter note, you know, because we just went through some really heavy shit. On a lighter note, you know, podcasting is one of the things I enjoy doing. I love listening to podcasts, and especially when I'm disconnecting, I'm trying to just focus on stuff. Podcasting is one thing I don't disconnect from, because I could listen to a podcast while I'm doing something else, you know, putting together proposals, doing some coding, whatever I'm working on, you know, developing a mobile app perhaps. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe developing.
We started doing that a couple months ago, so we knew it was coming.
Developing a plugin for Twitch, a widget for Twitch, you know, that lets you rotate.
Let us know when you get them done.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
We'll test them live on the stream.
Hell yeah, a lot of exciting things. There's much more than that, but you know, listen to podcasts, and I brought in my podcasts, if they're not like personal development, financial management, business type stuff, you know, marketing stuff. It's either MMA or wrestling podcasts. Even though I don't keep up with either of those things as much, I like to listen to the passion the fans have behind that. Some of the people in those industries have.
And we thank you, sir.
Yes. That's right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. NSFW, not safe for wrestling. But then like the brunt of them outside of that is usually retro and modern gaming podcasts, whether it's tabletop, video, digital, whatever. Right. And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of listening to all the VR talk. I don't know, is it me,
Dude, I'm no, it's not just you. When I go and look at, streamers that I've been watching for years, I mean, literally years, and all of a sudden all they're streaming is VR, and I'm like, okay, this sucks. Have a good one, bro. I'll watch you next time. Okay, man, thanks. You don't want to stay and watch? Not really. It's boring to me. Like, the only time VR is cool, and I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but the only time it's cool is when you're playing it. Because then you're actually really there. Like, watching it, I could give a flying fuck. I really don't care.
I mean, the reactions of people playing with VR is fine, but just all the coverage, like all the news outlets and all the podcasts, talking about the latest VR games, technologies, at room scale, and all this stuff, and I'm like, meh.
They're trying to blow it up when there's nothing to blow up. Like, we've already blown it up for 3 months straight. Now, after all the hype is gone, and you get all the, the big streamers, of course they got it. I mean, there was quite a few streamers that got it sent to them so they could stream it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like Josh OG, Swifty, Elemental QT, they all got these things, I believe. Like Swifty, I know for sure, but they all got them sent to him. So like,
oh yeah.
The rigs, he got like 5 rigs, and then he got all the games that they had available for the game, so he could actually, because he's got the following. And if I did something like that and brought a piece of equipment, I would do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, Swifty, buff this bitch up a little bit. Here's some really badass games that you can play with them. Bam. And then just watch the hundreds of thousands of people that just watch his videos. Not just live stream, but just his videos. Great. I mean, you're just getting so much promotion out of live streamers, but a lot of people don't realize that for some reason, and it's baffled me. Anyway, we're not going to get into that.
Oh, and to our friends and fellows that are covering the VR stuff, there's no hate, there's no jealousy. Just tone it back a little bit, because I understand, like, the early adopters have a responsibility to report on their experiences so everybody else can make an informed buying decision, But it's just, like, when more than half of your format, or your content is covering VR, that makes me just facepalm. There's plenty of stuff to cover. I mean, if you really feel like there's a gaming drought or there's nothing really going on, cover tabletop. If that doesn't interest you, go retro or go indie. There's always a gem to cover. There's always something to talk about. Talk about theories in game mechanics, gamification, the psychology of gaming. There's so many topics that are still barely explored out there. I mean, we have like hundreds of drafts in our ecosystem right now that haven't been published because they still have to go through revisions and checking sources, and sometimes we just don't get around to it. I mean, constant procrastination. That's not probably more on me than anything else because I am the editor in chief or whatever. But we're a very 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 small team, but like this, I get that VR is the hot newness, and it's not a gimmick like, remember the 3D gaming was starting to come around, and people started making 3D games, and then that fell away, like, that fell off along with the 3D Blu-rays. I mean, where's that stuff at?
No longer available.
Yeah, but this VR round is probably going to stick around. There's too much big money driving it. I just feel like there's so many other opportunities in gaming. There's so many other places where you can innovate and enhance the core experience that I can't be excited about VR, and I almost feel like people that are covering it too much are spitting in the faces of those of us that can't afford to buy these new shinies, because like you said, VR isn't exciting unless you try yourself, and even then it's for me personally it doesn't really excite me, but I can see the appeal. Anyway, that's my Yogi on the podium moment.
I think we all had a moment there. Now, we do have, you said there's no news tonight.
There's some light news.
Light news. Okay, so I'll tell this here in a minute, but we'll get onto it. Tonight on the show, guys, of course, I'm not saying that. You guys want to know what we listen to? Go to TechnoX. Oh, yes, why we're talking about TechnoX.
Uh-oh.
Okay, really. Our opening theme is Jetlag Dubstep. Our outro is Robot Bunny. Go check them out if you guys want to hear the full versions of those. Not the speed up kind like we have at the end, but it's but you go to TechnoX with a K. Make sure you visit them. Go to technox.com. when you go to technox.com, make sure that you check out his new submit paperwork to submit, because people have actually been getting a strike here and there if it's something new, because sometimes they don't believe that he made it, right? So it's something that basically there's just a new form. So if you guys do get striked or something like that, you have the form, and it's more legally binding, and you can't get in trouble, basically, more.
Speaking of which, have you been getting dinged a lot with Twitch, like their automatic scrubbing? Like, I thought YouTube was bad, but Twitch picks up shit that I'm like listening to the recording. I'm like, what are they finding that's copyright material? Like, it'll be 5 seconds of supposed copyright material, and then I'll meet the first 5 minutes. Like, it's stupid.
I haven't. No, not really.
Yeah.
For the most part, I just don't listen to much music anymore, because a lot of, like, when I was on Xbox, streaming on Xbox a lot, I didn't need music. Like, there was always gameplay going, and we'd always be talking. So
Yeah, I don't do song requests anymore either or anything like that. But it's like stupid. Like, even a murmur of something in the background that I could barely hear, it picks up on it, and it's really, really sensitive, man. Like, it makes a lot of the VODs useless, which is stupid, because, like, to me, I'm more excited about having a live streaming platform where there's also offline content, because I like when I go to a channel and it's offline and I can check their past broadcasts.
right.
When I go to a channel and no past broadcast saved, that's a red flag to me. I'm like, this person doesn't give a shit.
Right, that's how most people think about me right now. It's okay. Tonight on the show, guys, we are catching up on all the stuff that we had lined up for the last couple weeks, because we just talking. It's okay. Plus, the latest haps of the gaming and geek community as a whole. You're gonna have an opportunity to let us know what you like to see and hear next. Join us live or email us at mail@geekantics.net. You guys can send us a text message or a voicemail. Same number, same line, 646-801-2149. We'd love to hear from you guys. It would be a treat for us to hear somebody, especially, maybe a T. Curtis Jr. drunk as fuck would be nice every now and then. By the way, guys, if you're new to the show, welcome to the gang.
Yo!
Finally, only the third week in a row. The gang is what we effectively call our community at Geeky Antics. #Geeks Unite. HorsePLAY Live is everywhere.
Ah, you're ready to end the show already. Good night, guys.
HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play, and we get in trouble too. Not gonna say 9 times out of 10 because it's all the time.
Yeah.
We're the flagship talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com, Tangent Bound Network, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and more, guys. Go check all those out if you guys want to know where we're at. GeekyAntics.net. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie and strategy games, technologies, rants, issues that geeks face, and, of course, the community events we try to put on or be a part of. Just to show face. Not just to show face, but be supportive of others to show face. Anyway. But, did I mention we rant?
A little bit.
No, not at all. Sometimes we even talk about tabletop and retro gaming and food. When are we not talking about food? Really?
Food is good.
Not a show that we haven't talked. Speaking of food, man, we haven't bought a lot of food.
Oh man, you're in a fatal blades. I don't even know what to call them. I call them oolong.
Yeah, you can call them oolong too, but blades. We're just trying to. I think we're just
You guys
trying to get rid of the,
doing it up.
The fatal is because it's something from a different.
Yeah, I know. It's a different chapter.
But
You guys are doing it up and cooking up some. I know what you're gonna say though. You guys are over there doing the Swedish chef routine, right? Yeah. Just cooking up things in the kitchen, making a mess. Exactly. Speaking of which, the Muppet Show is actually really good. I finally got a chance to see it, the new one. Anyway.
Well,
Go
we
ahead.
got lots of stuff that we're doing right now, which we'll get to a little bit of that in the news. We'll give you guys an exclusive, of course, of what's going on with PSE, too. things that we're trying to advance and move into and trying to get going. But Yogi, tell everybody a little bit more about HorsePLAY Live.
So, a lot of times when I introduce this show to people, even, recently I've had this experience, I'll say, hey, I do podcasting, I do radio show. I do consider podcasting radio, because, everything's on the internet. The radio came to the internet. It's radio. So, suck it if you don't agree. But the difference is, most podcasters don't sell their souls, and they speak from the heart. Well, maybe not most, but a good amount. But, I tell them, my main show is HorsePLAY Live, and they're like, oh, what's that about? Is it about, is it a show for jockeys? Is it a show for My Little Pony? I'm like, no. We horse around, and we talk about playing video games, horseplay, shenanigans, antics, it works. It's the flagship show for Geeky Antics Network, and as such, we talk about all facets of geek culture, as you said so eloquently, Obi. I don't know how you come up with that stuff every week. It's crazy. You just pull it out of your head.
What, you mean the several times we told people that I just read off a fucking piece of paper?
Shh! Don't ruin the magic! Dude! You'd make a terrible Wizard of Oz, because you would just, pop your leg out from behind the curtain and be like... wait.
That's not true. If he popped anything out from behind that curtain, it's probably the middle finger. Scarecrow's like, I need a brain. Well, bam! You're smart enough to read that finger, that's what you get.
That's true. That is more his style. Or just be like, fuck it.
Watch out. Whoopah!
You can suck a dick.
Or he'd be like, fuck it, and just rip down the curtain. So, since we're live and uncut, crazy thing like that happened. We go off into random tangents that we didn't have planned. It just happened organically. That's a good business word, a good marketing word. Organically. So since we are late night, crazy things can and will happen. We go off on tangents. We have food breaks. We share food porn. We get distracted by the chat. We may even say something offensive. So, the main thing we say is keep an open mind, have fun. And remember, this is HorsePLAY. With a name like that, you have to expect that shenanigans are abound.
Hold on. Play.
What?
And really, if we say something that just disturbs you, get the fuck over it, really.
It's so weird having you guys in the same place right now.
And hey, you can't hear neither of us at the same time, can you?
Because he keeps muting himself.
Well, no, like even if he unmuted himself, the only reason he muted himself is because he's doing stuff at his desk that would otherwise queued up the mic.
He's eating! He's eating! See, we're always eating or talking about food.
He's not eating. What are you trying to say? He's fat?
Listen, we're all
Yeah,
fat.
my fat ass already finished my food, thank you very much.
I'm having a beer. Beer counts. Beer is a liquid meal, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think mistakenly that beer makes you fat, but it's actually the munchies that you get from beer that makes you fat.
No, beer has carbs in it, dude, and carbs.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as people.
Yeah, it is bad as you think.
No, cause let me tell you, I know so many people that don't live particularly active lives.
Hey, what's Booker T saying? Oh, shucky ducky.
And they are skinny as rails, and they're old too, so you can't use the metabolism thing. That shit slows down once you hit your 30s or 40s, like whatever.
That's all they do. Is that all they do is drink?
I mean, my one uncle, we call him Tío Felo, and Felo is basically a Spanish slang for like a person, like what's up, guy, And that dude always, everywhere he goes, he always has a cooler of beer handy. He's hilarious, man. We visited some of our other family, He puts beer in the fridge, We go down the street, he brings a cooler with him. Like, he doesn't leave without that cooler of beer. And that dude's always been skinny. Always. And I read that somewhere too. Scientific! Science, yo! Beer doesn't make you fat. It's just maybe the fact that you drink, if you drink a lot of beer, maybe you don't do anything, then You sit around and you become fat. Correlation and not causation, my friends.
Oh, okay.
I could have swore that alcohol converts to sugar.
That's true.
And sugar converts to fat. Yeah, science. That's right.
This is true, but like beer, like if you drink a lot of beer, that in itself is not the thing. It's not gonna make you super fat, as people think. Like,
He's trying to
I mean,
justify shit.
technically a ton of candy won't make you fat. As long as you're active enough to counteract how much sugar intake you have from all that candy.
all right, so the better statement would be is that perhaps I would say there are worse simple carbs to consume, far worse.
I'll take that.
Yeah, because like if you have a lot of candy, that's a problem. But I know a lot of people that if they have a sweet tooth, they're fat. If they like the bread, they're fat. But like I don't know too many people that from beer alone they're fat. It's usually something else to go along with this. Like, like you live in any big city. What's one of the best things to do after you have a night of binge drinking and bar hopping? Go to fucking White Castle. And you get a fucking fatty sack of fries, a fatty sack of burgers, and you just scarf them things down. It's like, 30 burgers, please. That's for all of us? Nah, motherfucker, that's for me.
Wow. That's,
Do you have a White Castle by you, Obi?
no, man. Can't eat that shit, dude. They put onions inside their burger.
Oh, yeah, you can't do it. And they steam it, too, so like that onion just all up in there.
Yep.
But have you ever had a good slider?
Yeah, I can make good sliders.
In Vegas, is I think it's the Pete Burger. It's like a famous burger joint out there you go to, and they make the Pete Burger. I think they call it, or just the Pete. That's a good slider, man. Whew. Anyway, see, I didn't mean for it to go back to food, but it did. My bad. Obi's like just shaking his head. I can just sense you shaking your head.
I really am, dude. Like you can ask Blades over the last 2 weeks since he's gotten here. Like I'm seriously like I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm trying to vape more. That I'm trying to cut out carbs. I'm here in the next few days once my life kind of actually settles down to where I can actually wheel myself somewhere or drive somewhere. I want to go start working, light reps and, basically gravity workouts and stuff like that to get my body back into it. I mean, I got pre-workout, I got post-workout, I got repair, I got a whole bunch of vitamins, everything. Like, I'm ready to change. I mean, it's getting to the point where, god damn, I'm home 24/7. Well, I'm really not. If you guys want to know a little bit, I mean, just ask Blades. He understands now. When I say it's family shit, it's literally I'm gone all day long. But no, it's something that I just wanted to do. Something my son's growing up more. I want to be able to coach his his baseball team, his soccer, and I want to be able to do that with him. If I'm out of shape and I can't freaking breathe or I can't even hardly walk because my body's so brittle, I can do stuff to actually help my body actually prepare for it. Because he's only gonna want to do more, be out more, eventually they're gonna want to go camping, real camping, in tents and shit. Well, no, hell no. We got motorhomes for that shit. So we can hear you every time you type, right?
My bad.
Just checking.
I'm trying to keep it down.
We may be the Muppet Chefs, but you sound like Elmo, straight just smacking keyboards. Elmo type lots of words a minute.
I just pictured that. I love the way Muppets move their hands, man. Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying something, Obi? I had to write down some notes because I wanted to speak about what you were saying.
I don't remember.
No, we'll talk about it later. That's why I wrote down the notes.
I'm not even looking at the notes.
Oh yeah, no, it's for later. He'll come up. You reminded me of something important.
Well,
Cool.
it's on. It's time. It's time. It's time. I was gonna do something really cool, but I got lost. Hey guys, welcome to the obligatory news.
Ding. So tonight we're just gonna discuss some items that are probably more buzz than news, at least arguably. I mean, they go hand in hand, but usually just some of the buzz is going around. And we talked earlier about virtual reality. Everybody's talking about that, so we're not gonna bring that up again. I get it; it's relevant. But the other big thing outside of virtual reality is Pokemon Go, right? Everybody's talking about that shit, and you either love it or you hate it. Whether you're playing it, whether you understand it, you know, it's very important. And what's interesting, there's a lot of news coming out of Pokemon Go. They're talking about already all the content they have lined up. You know, how this is only first, Gen 1 Pokemon, and they're going to have all the other generations slowly drip in. That's a lot of Pokemon, a lot of years of content. Niantic has got the ex-employees, some of the ex-employees from Google working there. But what cracks me up is people are ranting and raving about Pokemon Go as if it's a brand new game. I'm like, it's Ingress, but with Pokemon. This game has come out already. It's using the same, geocaching data. So, but I get it. It's all about branding. Like, people, they were MP3 players well before the iPod, but Apple came out with the iPoop, and everybody's like, oh, I never seen that before. What's that? It plays MP3 files? That's amazing. Like, wow. Okay. So this is kind of the same kind of thing. And then you got all the news about people talking about, that they're giving drivers warning, UPS drivers and FedEx drivers warnings because there's people walking in the street not paying attention to the oncoming traffic. That kind of stuff, Darwinism taking place. But what I think is particularly crazy, and we kind of called this, well before the game came out, that they were going to have sponsored locations. Because what's the biggest opportunity with any kind of content, anything that has online functionality, is sponsored placement, right? So there's businesses that want to become Pokestops and become attractions in Pokemon Go to drive traffic. And it's funny because this is going to change the game big time. Like, the companies that are embracing Pokemon Go and things like that, like encouraging you to check in on Swarm or tag on Instagram, all these things that have geodata, geocaching. The people that play along with that and make a game out of the game, they're going to do well because they understand this is a social thing, and if they embrace it, they could build build a smaller community of their own, or grab part of that community that's already there. So it's really fascinating to me. Like, even if you don't care about the game itself, or you don't still like Pokemon, like, there's people that you would not expect to be playing this game, playing it, and people are noticing. If you're walking, you have your head in your phone, and like you look like you're looking for something, and you there's a certain way you move. They're like, Pokemon Go, like a truck driver, talks out his window like, you play Pokemon Go? Like, yeah, me too. Good game. Wow, okay. It's weird. It's bringing people together. Obi, you got it really quiet, making sure you didn't die on me.
That he was talking outside.
Oh, okay.
hate Pokemon Go, dude. So you don't want to talk to me about this.
I love that game.
I know you guys are the polar opposites of it. Oh my god.
I've been playing like mad. Okay, so fun story, just side story here. I'm in a new place. I've been here for a while now, but got a job out here. Didn't know how to get to the house though. Right?
Shit.
First day back from work, someone gives me a ride. Didn't know how to get back to my house, and I was like, wait, I know how to get back to my house. They're like, how do you know how to get back to your house? You've been here like not even a week. I'm like, hold on. Take my phone out, open Pokemon Go. I'm like, okay. So I usually catch my Pokemon here. You just turn here, then here, bam, we're at my house. And I caught a Ghastly.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to play it as much, but
It's not the point.
I get the
I
hype.
don't like the game. I don't like how people are fucking morons when they play the game. Okay. I mean, have you been listening to any of the news about this game?
Like the person
Like
that
the
fell off
retard-
a cliff.
The retard that the retard that fell off a cliff because he wasn't watching where he was going. The retard that walked out in front of a fucking bus in New York City. The retard that walked out in front of a freaking almost right onto a train because he wasn't paying attention where he was fucking going. I mean, just stupid people like that. And then the possibilities of rapists and dudes, girls, whatever, to get kids. I mean, yeah, dude, I'm not really down for that. I mean, I literally went to GameStop, and my son's been talking about this game forever. Oh my god, Daddy, I want to play Pokemon Go. I want to play Pokemon Go. I really don't want you playing Pokemon Go. Let's go to GameStop. I got him one or two of the Pokemon games there. I got him Pokemon. Look, I'm serious. Like, he doesn't even know how to read, and he knows how to play this fucking game.
Yeah.
I got him Pokemon Platinum, which is a mix of, was it gold and
Gold and silver, gold and crystal, something like that.
yeah, something like that. It's a combination of two. And then here in a little bit, I'm going to go get him the combination of blue and yellow. Right? So it's like Pokemon Emerald or Green or, whatever it is, but it's a combination of those. So he has like 4 Pokemon games in one, or in 2. And he's only 5, man. Like some of these kids I see walk around where we live at, yeah, I think they're relatively safe here, but I mean, still, a guy could be like, well, I know kids are walking around here not even paying attention. I can pull up, they just walk by, open the side door and pull them in, and they're mine.
Oh yeah.
That's what scares me about it. Yes, do I overthink things? Every second of every day, I do.
I think at the very least, they should cross-reference like police blotters with the geodata that they have, and like warn people of potentially dangerous areas, or just pull any attractions out of there.
Or take all the Pokemon out of that area.
Yeah, I'm saying,
They
yeah.
put the Pokemon wherever they want.
Yeah, exactly. Like
They build, basically, it's a invisible fence.
they're dark zones.
Yes, they're dark zones, and that's where all the fucking perverts live. They build the dark zone 500 feet around a pervert's house, so then the kids won't even think about going there.
Yep. And if the person still decides to go there, it's like warning,
Then
you're
they go to
entering, potentially they need to do something to cover their own asses, because eventually someone's gonna be the first asshole to sue Niantic, or the Pokemon company, or whatever way it's gonna work, and be like, you want it to be you?
I want it to be me. I just don't know if I can accept anything that would happen for me to sue them. Because I'd probably be in jail when I sue them. For killing a motherfucker for snatching my kid.
Oh God. I mean, there was even I forgot where I read it. There was even a dude that was walking away with tons of phones on him, because like he was just snatching phones out of people's hands, like people that were just oblivious with their phones out in front of them, like even Pokemon, and he just snatched their phones. You definitely want to have a buddy system if you're gonna play Pokemon Go. That's regardless of what your age is. Like, it's bad enough if you're like into your phone as it is, but with Pokemon Go,
I just honestly think they made it to where it's too much. And I'm not saying for grown adults, okay? Because Blades can go out and catch Pokemon all he wants. No man in their right mind, no man, woman, child in their right mind is gonna fuck with him. Period. But it's got to be something to where, I don't know, having kids do it, and you get 6, 7-year-olds walking around somewhere by themselves. And yes, this might mean I'm a little bit protective, but that's fine. They're kids we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 things that you don't fuck with and you don't do, to whether it's kill or do drugs, whatever. That's to kids and old people. Well, old people could probably. Kids, anyway. Like that's where I draw the line. You do anything to a kid, I don't know what it was for. I don't really care. I'm fucking your ass up. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. Bet that. And you got that right now live on HorsePLAY Live. There you go.
What's crazy too is this game appeals to people of all ages. Like people that don't care about Pokemon are playing Pokemon Go. Because to me, I think if you're in your late 40s and and up, chances are you missed out on the Pokemon craze. It just was maybe too late for you to really appreciate it. That's not always true because I see people of all ages playing it, but like this is just catching everybody. But the sad part about it is yeah, you're gonna have your pedophiles and your perverts and your opportunists that are gonna be like, oh yeah, I set up a Pokestop. I set up some incense over here. Come hang out. This is the hot spot. Like, yeah, I know, motherfucker. I know what you're doing.
Mobile lures are no longer just for Pokemans.
I'm gonna tell you something. If I start playing this game, and I'm gonna tell everybody in the right now, you guys all know Obi-Wan carries a gun. So if anybody's trying to lure me into some shit that I don't feel safe, shooting your fucking ass.
Use your master ball on that motherfucker.
What'd you say?
I said that's what you're gonna. That's gonna be like your last word as you like pop the gun off. Be like, use your master ball on that motherfucker. Oh man. I like what PFT said in the chat.
The worst to poke them in.
That'd be a good spoof game. Pokemans. Oh my god. Alright, but the last thing we'll say on that, do you guys think this is just the flavor of the month, or does this game really have legs? Put your personal feelings around aside for it. Like, do you think this is gonna be it? Like, this is gonna be where AR really is gonna resonate with people?
I think it's got a really good. I mean, being honest, and me not liking the game, period. Anyway, I think it's got a pretty good push. Now, what they do from here, yes, it has legs. It has. I mean, it can take off and walk off and never come back, as far as I'm concerned. But still, if they have that, it's got a big push. So it's something to the point where what they do from here is gonna matter.
Yeah.
Like if they take it in a wrong direction, they're gonna fail miserably. But if they push it in the right direction to make sure everybody's, I mean, you got to think about it. You got some, like district attorneys and prosecutors and stuff like that are warning people like, guys, make sure you're playing this game responsibly. I mean, it's something like I think it could go, and I mean, why wouldn't it? But they have to push it in the right direction, or they're gonna fail.
See, Morg says it has the legs. BFT says he thinks it'll last a few weeks, depending how they handle the bugs and new content. What do you think, Oolong?
All right, so right now it's got a really good start. It's super strong. Everybody's loving it. The only thing I could see being an issue is with how heavily like all the server issues have caused a lot of problems. They're going to start frustrating people. And I think it's going to lose some swell there. But I read an article about, this generation and why this generation clamors for nostalgia factor, I guess. Like, bringing back Surge, bringing back Ecto Cooler, bringing back all the things from when you were a kid, and why this generation clamors for it more than the others. Right now, it's bringing back all that love of Pokemon that people had when they were younger and playing on the Game Boy. And, oh, this game is awesome. Give it a little bit of time, and as they start rotating in more and new Pokemon, eventually people are going to realize just how much money they've put into this game for that nostalgia, and then they're going to be like, well, I caught all original 151. It's like, okay, but they just released the next 150. They're like, well, I just spent like $700 getting the original 151, and now I've got to go get Oh, Jesus, no, not going to spend it. So, I mean, I think it'll hold, and then probably by its second or third wave release, you're going to see it pretty much just die out. Because people just won't be able to afford it. It'll be too expensive, or it will take too much time. Like, some people are praising it because it's getting gamers out and moving. And then, of course, those are probably the same people who praised the Wii and saw how long that lasted.
Well, see, Niantic makes a brunt of their money on the back end, and it's self-sustaining in that way, because they can sell all that usage data as even as just anonymous, marketing research, to say,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of behavioral statistics they could sell off of that, demographical data, all kind of stuff, weird stuff. Marketing is always trying to figure people out, right? Rather than just trying to have a conversation with people and figure them out. They're just always trying to look at numbers and make guesses off of that. So that's the way it's always been, in a way it probably always will be. But I think the biggest thing, the biggest thing is a lot of people, and I know they've addressed these issues. I was just talking with BFT in the chat about it. The security issues. And a lot of games do this. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, if you install a game and you have your phone set up so that it gives you all the prompts, so like nothing gets installed, nothing gets changed without you confirming it. It's kind of scary. Like, most games you install, I feel like nowadays, especially like the weird Korean like RPG, rip-off kind of games, and at least Pokemon Go, when I first installed it, like they when you install it, it gives you all these prompts. Will you allow it to have access to your phone contacts? Okay, that's not so bad. And it doesn't always give you context. So access to my contacts for what? So you can call them? Okay, whatever. Does you want this phone to have access to your storage? Okay, so you can store stuff on there. But then it gets when it starts getting really specific, like this app will have access to your photos, your address book, all this. You're like, my photos. Whoa, I don't want anybody to have access to my dick pic. You got to earn that shit. And like, it's just asking for all this access. And you're like, what the fuck do you need access? Like, but that's the problem. Like, it doesn't break it down enough. I think it's more of a communication issue. People were blowing that up too, like saying how people like if you install Pokemon Go, people have heuristic access. Like they can access all your Google, your Gmail stuff up until that point that you uninstalled it. And like if a hacker hacks your Google account, your Pokemon Go, they can get into your Google account and do all kinds of stuff, and use your Google Wallet and get into your bank account, and it's like a backdoor into everything, and they're blowing way out of proportion. Like, I think it's just a thing where the way mobile apps handle permissions is still weird, and with a game like this, it needs certain kinds of access, and the way it communicates is scary. It's like, do you mind if we occasionally stick our finger in your bum without warning you first? Oh, okay, that's different. Like, I don't mind the bum thing, but not warning.
And even after you say yes, you find out all you have is a neighborhood full of Pidgeys.
Aww. That's not the worst Pokemon.
Dude, that right there is a finger in the bum with no reach around, okay? Just a neighborhood full of Pidgeys, that's all you get. You don't get any of the cool ones. You get the one that looks like a common rat bird. Enjoy that.
How about Magikarp, where like you have to feed him like a cajillion things before he learns something other than Splash?
But he still turns into Gyarados, one of the most awesome dragon types. Pidgey turns into a bigger Pidgey.
Yeah, but
a bigger Pidgey.
Magikarp, you have to like be married to him for like 10 years and like, give him a massage before he finally warms up to you and says, maybe I'll evolve. It's a long process.
Right, but then he becomes something that isn't a pigeon. So there's still more reward there.
BFT is saying that Pidgeot is a beast.
It's a bird. It's a Pidgey. It's
Pigeons,
just a bigger Pidgey. Like,
pigeons have personality, alright? Just ask Bert and Ernie. Obi's nodding his head. I can hear it. He's like, "Yep, they're great." So moving on. Okay, we can talk
You
Pokemon.
have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Whoa.
Not my head saying it's great.
Whoa. He's like, that sounded almost naughty. Like, you have no idea what I'm doing right now. So,
Your fucking head's at.
So guys, Evolve Stage 2. It's how Evolve has rebranded.
Who cares?
It's free, so Evolve is now free to play on the PC. We mentioned this last week, but we didn't make stipulation it's PC. They haven't really made a push on console yet. It's kind of hard to do that without screwing over retailers. The easiest thing I can think of is do what they're kind of already doing, is if you have the retail version, you own the unlockable content, the premium content, basically. You have the premium version, and all the stuff is unlocked for you right off the bat, something like that. So like everything up to that date will be free, and then they'll have DLC to microtransactions like every other free to play game. So people are actually talking about this game again, and they're playing it. So I wonder again, does it have legs? I like Evolve. I just feel like people never got over the fact that it launched with over $100 worth of, or $120 worth of content on top of the full retail price. Even recently, it went down to $13, and people still weren't buying it. So it might be too little, too late, but I don't know. If they do this on console, I might be jumping on it. I don't know if I want to play it on PC, to be honest.
I mean, the whole thing feels like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like, you turned around, you shot yourself in the foot, and then you were like, oh, who wants to kiss it and make it all? But no, you're screwed. Enjoy the gangrene and die in pain like everyone expected. You attempting to triple charge people. Get the fuck out.
Well, like, basically, you can get it. New people could jump on it for free, and the people that already bought it will basically get access to all the content. So no harm, no foul. They might even get additional content for being early adopters. I think that's how they're doing it.
I mean, do you remember when ESO did this? ESO was like, oh, hey guys, buy the game, $60. It's like Guild Wars, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, no one's buying it. Hey guys, it's a free-to-play game now, but if you did buy the game, you get to keep all the stuff you paid the $60 for.
Well,
everyone knew coming to ESO was like, okay, I grind that in 4 days. And
on console, you still have to buy the retail game.
Exactly. It's terrible.
I mean, I feel like it's worth it because there's no subscription model. Like, they were suggesting having a subscription on top of the retail offering, and like, who even does a subscription model on an MMO anymore? Like, that's unheard of. There's so many MMOs out there. There's tons of MMOs. WoW's like the only one that charges a monthly subscription. Anyone else that would even attempt that now, they're in for a rude awakening.
By the way, I do want to tell everybody that I may or may not have gotten Blades into WoW.
Oh God,
I've been playing a lot of WoW lately.
WoW's another game that people have been getting hyped about again. Like suddenly there's like, I don't know, like a reawakening. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy XIV does do monthly and it's successful.
I already told you, Yogi. About a month and a half. Maybe 2 months at the longest, people are going to start coming back. They're going to start grinding what they need to grind, the rest of the gold they need, because you got to remember, August 30th, the expansion drops.
Yeah.
So, and we will be, I will be, I know for a fact. I don't know about Blades, but we'll be questing together. But we'll be streaming the whole questing process. So, we're gonna have some, like I said, we got some more news here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Mr. Pandera. I hear it's gonna be good. It's gonna be Kung Fu.
This is Oolong from the future. No, it isn't. Kung Fu Panda expansion was god awful. Kung Fu Panda was the reason I stopped playing, and actually looking forward to the new expansion is kind of what made me come back to start playing again.
And I bugged him until he did it.
Yeah. But the new expansion looks super good. Obi was like, look at these videos. And I was like, Oh, that looks so awesome. Oh, they're introducing the second heroic class finally that I've been waiting for forever. Man, this looks so good again. And I'm back. Damn.
Yeah, I just wondered, like, I don't play WoW anymore, but, like, I keep up with the story enough in the Warcraft universe. And I'm like, alright, they burned down the world. Where do you go from here? Like the shit that they've done, I'm like, how much more content can they put out before it's like, eventually I feel like it's just going to become a life simulator where people are just going to be hanging out in the little houses, decorating, and just going fishing and stuff because they can. It's going to be a bunch of old vets reminiscing about the last time I did a great raid. Remember the raid of 2004? Yeah, that was great. That was a good one. Anyway. Tough audience
Just so
tonight.
you know, I'm shaking my head again.
Oh, and BFT wants us to know that Final Fantasy XIV does do monthly and it's successful. So I guess the exception and the correlate the addendum I should make to my comment is that you really have to have a really strong brand in order to be able to do successful. Which Elder Scrolls is strong, but it's very rare that you could do it. Like Final Fantasy, I think has such a niche that they could do it, and I know Eve still does it.
So wait, do you think Destiny 2 is going to fail by that standard? Because they're talking about a monthly subscription model.
Yeah, when I heard about that, and I haven't even kept up with it, but to be honest, Destiny, I loved it. I got my money's worth, but it cock-slapped me too many times in the face, and I can only forgive so much. So, I don't know. I think Destiny 2 is going to fail for a lot of reasons, and that just happens to be one of them, if they stick with that.
Oh, you're getting cock-slapped? How's that feel? I've never been cock-slapped before.
It's a good experience. It's eye-opening.
You're nasty as shit. You're a nasty motherfucker. That's all I got to say right there. You're nasty.
Hey, look, just ask Bailey J. Someone's gonna Google that and be like, oh my god, what did I just watch for the past 20 minutes? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, you need to.
So with the MMO stuff, like I just feel like the landscape, because I don't know, just do a search on Steam. Look up MMOs. There's a lot of shit out there. And a lot of it's good. Like there's MMOs where like they take a fighting game mechanic, like a Devil May Cry style fighting engine with combos and all this like really highly stylized action combat, and then there's also the more traditional, more button mashing, slower pace, like WoW type of thing, where it's just let me configure 200 macros. All right, push it forward. 10, wait. All right, hots. No, stop.
I don't know. I figure he's playing ESO while he's doing the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, ESO does the same thing, so I'm making fun of myself.
I'm like, ESO's the exact, like, it's even based in the same model, and I believe engine.
We are making fun of you too.
I'm just, and listen, I love WoW. I just refuse to pay a monthly fee for it. I would gladly play with you guys, even if just to goof around here and there. I'm not gonna pay a sub for it. Fuck that. Eat a dick. And I love Blizzard games.
WoW, dude, sorry to say it, but WoW is not a game that you can just play for the fun of it.
That's not true. I used to play all the time for fun. That's the whole point.
You know what I mean? God damn it.
If you're playing competitive, sure, but like, I was in a guild after a while, like all the people that, after we got tired of all the competitive stuff, we just started fucking fishing and doing stupid shit, just for the fun of it. And like, at a certain point, that's what happens to a lot of people in MMOs. Like, you just start bullshitting. Like, on Anarchy Online, we went to a club called Reets. It was a club where there were a bunch of parrots just hanging out. And there would be people actually live streaming music there. And everybody's dancing on tables with their macros, like 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Look at me, I'm dancing.
Yeah, but people were always so heavy on just twinking gear in that game so they could do whatever. Like, I remember reworking gear so I could airship way before you were supposed to be able to.
Yeah, twinking was a huge part of that. Like, just being able to squeeze into gear that was, like, way above your pay grade. So you could take on, like, end game stuff, and you're like, oh, I've only played 10 hours. Like,
Oh, I'm level 20. Let me just go solo the end game GG content.
I mean, that's part of the fun, but you also had to, like, go through a lot of work for that, because you had to go around begging people to give you all sorts of buffs and hope that the buffs didn't run out before you could squeeze into that gear.
Yeah, but then you could, like steroid pack up, and there were so many options.
Yeah, that game, that and City of Heroes still has a very special place in my heart. City of Heroes for kind of different reasons. Because City of Heroes, I think, is the best role-playing MMO. You know, in terms of the customization and making the experience your own. Like, it was just so satisfying. But with Anarchy Online, they had a lot of. I like the class system is really unique. I like the whole cyberpunk kind of take on the high fantasy stuff. And then, like, when they introduced the Shadowlands and they had, like, this concept of this class can't wear armor. Instead, they have tattoos that imbue them with powers. I'm like, that's actually a smart idea.
Which they stole from Shadowrun like a good majority of AO.
Well, exactly. Shadowland. Well, let's see. I mean, but again, a lot of people aren't exposed to those pen and paper things or those early, like, 1970s, 1980s, you know, sci-fi things like Neuromancer. You know, you say Neuromancer, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it served its purpose because it started getting people talking about it and doing research, and they found out there's a whole huge world out there. So, yeah, Anarchy Online was not by any means original or pioneering, but they brought things to a wider audience, much like WoW did, you know? So that's really important. Wow, we really went off on a tangent on that one.
Yeah, that was really long.
Yeah, we did. Still trying to figure out what's going on.
So did you guys hear about the new Overwatch character that's coming?
Yep.
I did.
I forget when she's launched. If she's come out, is she coming out next week?
I don't know. She's in the beta right now, like the public beta test servers.
Yeah, the PTS or whatever.
PTR, public
PTR.
test.
PTR, there you go. PTR. I was confused because some people call it there's public test server, some people call it test realm.
But, like, Blizzard has one problem. They cannot keep anything a secret. Like, that everyone will find out what it is. Like, people have been talking about this character basically since the release of Overwatch.
Dude, you know that's deliberate, though.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's one of the best marketing ploys they can do. But at the same time, like, when's the last time you heard, oh, Blizzard shocked the world when they said, don't worry, I'll wait. Like, they don't have that huge impactful, like, no one saw it coming. Like, when we talk about Hearthstone, I'm sure we're all in the know about the next expansion coming out because everyone's been talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just everything like that. Like, so, I mean, we've known about this hero for so long. It's been talked about. By the time it comes out, it's almost old news, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's been leaks, and there's obviously art all over the place. You know, it's cool by making it, leveraging the exclusivity of a beta environment, of an alpha environment, you know, a testing environment. You get people to start talking about it. And they get enticed, you know, and then people get jealous, and then they get hype, and, you know, it works. It's the Blizzard model. It always has worked for them, and it will continue to work for them. But I think the really important thing to remember here is that this is Farah's mom, which Farah is one of my favorite characters because she could, you know, she has rocket pack and she can fly. That's always fun. And it's her mom, and she kind of has like a kind of gilf thing going on. So I think there's gonna be a lot of gilf hentai coming now. I mean, Overwatch offers some of the most rich hentai out there to be honest. Not official Blizzard stuff, but you know, I'm sure Blizzard doesn't mind the extra exposure.
I have not done a whole lot of homework on that, but I'll just take your word for it.
If you do any search for Overwatch art or Overwatch period, chances are you're gonna come across the hentai. It's inevitable.
Oh no, go to Pornhub, man. They got some really good hentai Overwatch right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, shit.
The things that Widowmaker does with her freaking booty is amazing. Without even getting out of her suit.
I know. Like there's no hole or nothing.
That's why it's skin tight, man.
And before Blizzard nerfs.
Straight up, fucking stop talking about this shit. You know it.
What's up, Link Striker? I don't know what that's all about. We have some promotion going on there in the Twitch chat. I can't wait to finally have time to get back into gaming again. I'm missing it so much right now. I am foaming at the mouth to play some Rainbow Six Siege, some Division. Like last week, I played a little bit of the Division and Overwatch. I'm like, I need to have more time for this. It's just a tease. The Division has a lot of good content on there now, man. Oh, they finally are focusing more on PvE, which excites me because the Dark Zone is a cool concept, but unless you're with the right kind of group and you're really cautious, it's more frustration than fun. You know, so the PvP is still lacking there. Still a better game than Destiny. What else? That's pretty much it. That's been the main buzz going around. You know, one thing I would say is having an older woman in here, I feel like this is Blizzard checking off, you know, the more boxes, you know? It's like, ooh, we're a company that believes in diversity. So I don't know, do you guys think it's just a sincere effort to just bring some variety, or is it just pandering a bit here? Because, like, supposedly the backstory is Farrah's mom is one of the founders of Overwatch. You know, the Overwatch program and the Overwatch department, whatever it is. Like, people that are supposed to defend the world. And, I guess she's supposed to be retired, but she came out of retirement. She definitely looks like she could be using a walker. So. Obi's sharing some links in the chat. You have a new channel. Oh.
I got a new YouTube channel. I thought about just because we're starting YouTube up again. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. So I thought about going back to the other one and just going with it because it had almost 700 subs. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to start over. So you guys go check that out real quick. TSC Obi-Wan Kenobi. My face. So it's like you can't fucking miss me. So hook it up with a sub, guys. We'll start posting videos. You guys will be the first ones to find out. Yeah.
So now you gotta go through the process of getting it verified so you can get the...
I already did.
Okay.
I'm already done. Like, when you were in Fatal were talking, or Blades were talking, that's what I was doing.
Well, it used to be you had to have a certain amount of subscribers and verified email and all this other stuff.
Nope. All you gotta do is verify it, and they send a text to your phone, and you put in the verification code, and you're verified. So I'm partner verified right now.
But you got the short link, or do you have the retarded... Because a lot of people out there have the retarded long numbers list. So if you go to youtube.com / whatever that thing is, it doesn't work. It's like / 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I hit it, and it went right to it, so...
Okay, so you have the short link. Cool.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Because you don't get the vanity by default, or unless they changed that recently. I don't know, a month or two ago, I made a YouTube channel for someone, and they still had to fit the process in place for the vanities. I guess it's account. It might be account based, not channel based.
Well, no, I didn't make a new one. I made a new one with actually, because my other one was at my other email, the JD one. This one's actually Obi-Wan X2. So it's just basically just something that it's gonna be. I'm gonna be putting weekly vlogs on there, soon to be daily vlogs. We're gonna start a little series of when I'm out in the morning time, either going to the gym or doing whatever. We're gonna do a vlog in the car, and then basically come home and upload it. So a lot of stuff going. Are you done with the news? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have the floor.
Now for you guys that are kind of following what's going along with Upstart Esports, TSC. You guys know myself, Fatal Blades or TSC Blades. TSC, get it? Have started an esports organization, and we're getting to the point where we're gonna start putting out some videos. Like, we got lots of content that we're actually shuffling through right now, and actually getting it to the point where we're gonna start uploading basically on 2 channels. So a piece. So like, he's gonna be uploading on his, I'm gonna be uploading on mine, and then we're gonna be uploading onto the TSE YouTube. We're starting out with YouTube just because YouTube is really easy to start out with. You don't have to be some crazy tech wizard to freaking upload on YouTube. You know, it's easy as pie. You make your video, you edit it, and then put it up. That's it. So eventually, once everything gets going and once we get established and actually noticed as a actual team, players, and we get stuff together, we'll actually be doing a Twitch page, where more than likely, depending on what we're going to be doing that day, we're going to have like maybe an organization podcast, because we really love the podcast, but different things like that. And I don't know. I'm going to let Blades tell you what he wants to tell you, but that's basically going to be from me. Again, if you guys go, I know I would appreciate it. Everybody that does, thank you very much. I am looking for an artist for just general art for our YouTube. We had one, and then the guy never showed up. So, but we're looking for artists for our YouTubes, our Twitch, our Twitter, our everything, all social media TSE involved. We're still looking for artists for those. So if you have any skills, hook it up. Morg, if you have time, love you forever, but if you don't worry about it. Bailey, you got anything to say?
I like wombats. I mean, there's not too much. Like, we've got tons of videos, but I don't want to give away anything on that. Lots of gaming content. I know you're working on the vlogs. I'm probably not going to be working on the vlogs. Might be looking to start doing some streaming here soon. Trying to get everything locked down where I can start a regular streaming schedule. Probably do some streaming on WoW and tons of Hearthstone streaming. So forward to that, I guess.
Yeah. But again, guys, we're gonna be once Legion comes out with World of Warcraft, a lot of our time and efforts, videos, you guys are gonna see all that come out again. Because we're gonna be doing some PvP. Maybe we'll get Morg and the kiddos, and we'll make a little group, and we'll just do something, something stupid and make a video out of it. But yeah, appreciate you guys for everybody that wanted to know any more about this going. Here in the next few days, I will be uploading the very first vlog, TSE vlog. And then like I said, we got content that we're putting. We did a basically on the way down to get Blades, I actually recorded with the camera on my dash the whole way down. So you got like 8 hours of road time. Like you'll see when we actually put it together what you guys what you're gonna see. It's not just that, but anyway, hope you guys look forward to that, because I am. But it would be cool if you would run over to TSE Obi-Wan Kenobi on YouTube and throw a sub. We'd appreciate it.
Word.
That's what you get when you're a host of a podcast. You can just, especially your own shit. You're like, hey, wait, I gotta plug myself.
I mean, you could plug yourself anyway. There's nothing stopping you from that, if that's your prerogative.
Well, no, you know what I mean.
So, I think without further delay here, we should,
Yep. Vicky. And this quickie is brought to you by the gang. Hashtag Gangs Geeks Unite. Antics.net with the gang minute. What's on the gang minute there, Yo?
So just to catch up real quick on some of the stuff going on throughout our community. First up, our friends at AWO, A Worthy Opponent. They're hanging up their hats for now. Now, if you don't know AWO, it's probably my favorite Hearthstone podcast because they approach it from a very casual yet competitive perspective. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the first and the oldest and the longest running Hearthstone podcast. People say, no, it's the Angry Chicken. But the Angry Chicken came out a week before this show, and really the Angry Chicken is great. But sometimes they're way too hardcore about it. Like they skip a lot of things that I think make it harder for newer players or casual players to get into Hearthstone. So kind of sad to see, Autumn's Bane and Black Lace taking a break from Hearthstone, especially since they're one of the shows that are syndicated here on Geeky Hands Network. They're also over on Holosuite Media. But I get it. They've been doing, they've done like 300 plus episodes with I don't think they've taken a break. Every week, live show, and they put the recorded episode out on the podcast feeds. Very informative, and they love the game, but they realize now there's 20 other Hearthstone podcasts out there, and they're kind of getting to that point where you're like, let's stop now before we burn out. So, I get it. I can appreciate that. Sometimes it's better to stop, make that choice yourself than just burn out, and fizzle out. So I respect that. Maybe we could do something with them to get, give them a platform to talk Hearthstone. Maybe get them involved in what we're doing over here. So we'll see.
Like your chat message. I think I'm going to start hiring unpaid interns to do my stuff and channel and website. And then I wrote, I think I'm going to start hiring paid interns to do my stuff.
No, it's funny because, I have a lot of friends that are business owners, and they're always like, just get interns. You don't have to pay them. And I'm like, I can't do that. But I really, I need to, because, everybody's kind of moving on to do their own stuff. Everybody's kind of going through different phases, and I'm like...
Well, once everything gets settled and we actually move into the new house, we're getting ready to move here in a month or so, a couple months. But once we get everything settled into the new house, I'm actually going to be looking for intern, just because of how much we have to do every day to keep everything up. And it's not like paid is good too. It's not like I can, because I don't just, despite what everybody thinks and despite what I say, I don't just play video games all day. I don't. I'm gone most of the day. Blade's gonna test. He's woke up before and go, where you at? And I'm like, I've been gone since 7 this morning. So it's but once everything settles down, we're gonna have to. Just because we're trying to get content, we're trying to edit, we're trying to do all this other stuff. Why not? Especially you get an intern for something that's just starting out, that they can actually grow into it and possibly become a paid actual person, part of the team. That's just something that I'm not. Especially if it's for somebody that's done this in the past and just wants something else to do because they believe in it. That's the hard part, is trying to find somebody to believe in what you believe in.
Yeah, and the thing is, once upon a time, the promise of sweat equity used to mean something, but it's really hard to get people to work for free, pro bono.
Well, now it's how much money can I make, and if I don't make this much, then you can do it yourself. What else is in the cookie, man?
Well, Ghostman and Demon Hunter, it's official. G&D is now part of the Geeky Hands Network. We've been teasing the show here and there, but now we've finally onboarded them. We're giving them the nickel tour. These guys are really busy, so it's going to be a process to get them plugged into our community and really get them involved. But Main thing you do is go over to the podcast feed. You'll see them over there, and any other places we syndicate our audio podcasts. They're on other platforms as well, but they mainly do Spreaker right now for their live component. We're trying to kind of talk them into doing Twitch, but they're kind of comfortable with Spreaker, so I get it, you know. They do a lot of like conventions, and they even had a TV show before too. So they're busy folks. So I get it. So we're gonna look at ways to integrate what they're already doing into our website, so you get that content. It's a really cool show. They talk about paranormal stuff, supernatural, you know, demonic possessions, all kind of really weird and crazy stuff that happens in the real world and in fiction. So pretty dope. They have great radio voices too. Very good dialogue as well. They've been doing it for a long time. I think Sean has been with his co-host for like over 10 years now, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now that's dedication.
I could put up with you for 10 years. That would be amazing. Those are the other way around, I think.
Oh boy.
You know I love
You know-
geeky antics. There will always be something that I'm doing that has geeky antics on it. Whether it's the podcast guys, or I'm not going to go up and say, well, sorry, Yogi, we're going to take NSFW and then I'm going to upload, no, fuck that. It's already done. It's already here. Somebody was asking me, like, well, are you leaving Geeky Antics now? No. Fuck, I'm going to use Geeky Antics to grow. That's what it's for.
Yeah, exactly. They're not mutually exclusive. That's like a lot of times people.
There are some things that I would put maybe on Geeky Antics if we weren't going the direction we're going. But like, I mean, we've been hot and heavy into the content and editing and all that else. I mean, we got videos ready to go. We just have to wait for the right time to unveil everything. So it's going, and we're gonna have fun doing it.
The way I always tell people is when people don't see using our network as a good fit, I'm like, well, would you say no to having a television spot or a radio spot? Like if it was given to you? If they say no, then you know that.
Shit.
If they say yes, yes, I would say no to that. Then they're like, yeah, you're just a clown. There's no way being serious. Then you move on.
What's next?
I don't want customers. I don't want exposure. Yeah, no, we're running out of time here. The Game Minute vlog, we might be bringing that back. So we have a weekly video log of stuff going on and be more aggressive and like have 5 minutes, maybe a half hour talking about all the stuff going on in the network. We'll see. I do enjoy doing them, but it's just I don't know. It's really busy right now, so we'll see. Worst Radio Show is back. We called it. They're officially back. They're about 3 or 4 episodes in so far now since the return. I mean, they've been talking a lot of crazy stuff talking about hoarding in real life and how sometimes you could be a hoarder in game and what that means about you psychologically. I talked about this with Oolong about microscopic shrimp that make New York City tap water delicious. A lot of crazy stuff.
Fried shrimp. Sea monkeys make water golden delicious.
Exactly.
These are both fucked up.
So make sure you listen to them. Worst Radio Show. That's WRS for short. You can find them on their Facebook page. They have the Facebook fan page. Of course, geekyantics.net/podcasts. And if you search for Geeky Antics Foundry or just Geeky Antics aggregate feed, you should find the different, your favorite podcasting platform. You should find different the different aggregate feeds where all the syndicated and exclusive shows we have are all put together in one place, one convenient stream for you to subscribe to. What else? People also, for a long time, people have been requesting that we do a cooking show. I would love to do this. Again.
About that earlier too.
Yeah.
Why don't we do something like we're trying to get all healthy and shit, and trying to bake chicken and make some really interesting healthy dishes, We just fucking record that shit.
We should do some cooking, like mini videos, because committing to a series, I don't think it's gonna happen knowing the way we are. But if we could just do like ad hoc, a few videos here and there, like here's a great meal idea for under $20, feed 6 people.
We could
You
do
know,
like recipe of the month, or recipe of the week, or just do it one time, and then make a video. However you're gonna do it with a GoPro or just a regular camcorder, and then put it into your computer. Just do it that way. Do you do one a month or one a week or something like that, and then you just that way you're not really. You can get your thing done, because really, I'm sorry, unless you go out to eat every single day, you're going to cook. Record one time.
yeah. And if you're eating out every day or every other day, then you're probably living way better than us. 'Cause that's expensive. But
I'm going to say that I don't eat out every other day.
yeah. If only I could. Sometimes I wish I could, but it's like if I even get a slice of pizza for myself,
All right, more on this cooking with the gang, right?
I'm guilted to buying more for everybody else. Anyway, I had to get my thought out there. But yeah, if you want that for now, our resident subject matter expert, our Shmee, is Morgana Freya. So you catch her on her channel, Twitch.tv says Morgana Freya. And I'm thinking, we could do it to ease people into the cooking content. And maybe she could join us on our channel every now and then and do some cooking on there. Once a week, once a month, whatever. So I definitely want to get more diversity of content out there. Have draw streams, cooking streams, stuff like that. Because these are the things that we do, we just don't capture it on video. Because we're lazy bums. But, yeah, last cooking stream I saw with Morg, her overlay is awesome, and she made some guacamole and some deviled eggs, and I was like, where do you live again? Be right there.
Yeah, you're gonna go from Georgia to Wyoming. Yeah, it's only gonna take you 2 days to get there.
Yeah, from country to country. It's cool, man.
Just remember, put some lemon in the guacamole so it doesn't brown. They'll make it eventually.
She did do that too. Yep. Very important. Put that.
So there are some. So there might be some rules for this.
So yeah, apparently with cooking content, there's like because another thing we're thinking about doing is social eating streams where we're like, since we're always talking about food, why not we get something random, eat a new place and then share it, or we cook something new and then stream it while we're eating and then eat with our audience. There's something we could schedule so we can all eat together. Maybe all of us brings, maybe 3 or 4 of us have webcam videos and we're eating different things and we describe what we're eating. But there's actually apparently rules to the social eating streams on Twitch. Apparently you can't eat junk food.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not going to beg. I was going to go get bags of burgers and say, all right, guys, we about to fuck this shit up.
Wait, bag of burgers. Is that the BFT special?
Yes.
No, don't bring it up anymore. Now that it hasn't been for a few months. He's working. He's been really committed. I want to give him a shout out because I've been reading his daily log on his. He's on a diet and fitness regimen.
Well, then just make him turkey burgers. They're leaner. They're better for you. No burgers, but turkey burgers.
Yeah, it's like saying turkey bacon is the same.
If you go to Gordon's Food Service too, we're not getting paid for this either. So Gordon, you better thank me. You go to Gordon Food Service and you get the frozen turkey burgers. Then some bitches are good.
Yeah, turkey burgers ain't bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we started eating a lot of turkey and a lot of chicken and one thing I want to go get there this next week when we go grocery shopping is get some fish and because I bake everything. That's the healthiest way to cook anything is bake it. Right?
Frying isn't as bad either. The problem with frying is people don't get the oil to the right temperature, so they have to cook it for longer, and then it gets saturated with the oil. If you look at the Japanese approach to frying tempura, it's rare that you'll ever eat tempura anything that's dripping in grease. That's the difference, because any kind of grease, any kind of oil you have is basically fat. liquefied, right? And that's why I laugh when people say, this is healthy. I'm eating a salad with olive oil. It's like, yeah, the olive oil is fat. I hate to tell you. That's probably the only thing that's making that salad delicious right now.
I don't know why it's stopping. They're saying the stream's stopping, but I have no drop frames, 60 frames. I'm running 200, 2,000 kilobytes. I mean, everything's perfect. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Well, the video's good. Sorry for those that are messing up. It's messing up on you.
But don't forget, we'll be. I'm pretty diligent getting the podcast up. So iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. We can judge. Anybody that's been having trouble with our website, email me directly, yomar@geekyantsnet. I know some people were getting forbidden error codes and other things. The security I've been kind of rigging on the site. Sometimes it's very unforgiving. So weird things happen and they might block you. So we'll work around. I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out in the back end. But what else? That's all I'll cover for now. I know we gotta keep moving. Should we talk about what we're watching, or talk about a little bit of Hearthstone before we close off?
Well, that's the reason Blades is here, is Hearthstone.
Yeah, so let's do it. Let's go to our feature discussion.
On a side note, for anyone who hasn't seen it, go ahead and check out Limitless. It's an amazing show. Okay, now we can go to Hearthstone.
I still have to see that.
It's fucking amazing. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. Anyway,
I think I saw one episode. I gotta catch up with it. I wanna throw a recommendation out for those that have been waiting for a proper conclusion to the Berserk manga and the original anime. Berserk is back, a new anime series. It's awesome so far. If you missed World Trigger, the Hero Academy, definitely check that out. Have you guys seen Stranger Things?
No, but it's on my list to watch, so no spoilers.
Stranger Things.
Talking about Hearthstone.
No, well, we wanted to do some quick TV recommendations. Stranger Things, I think I mentioned Silicon Valley before. I know I mentioned that to you, but Stranger Things. This is the easiest recommendation. It's only like 8 episodes. If you miss the classic Spielberg style of storytelling, or you're nostalgic of the 80s, you gotta check out Stranger Things. They do that trip down memory lane so well. It's like E.T. sprinkled in with like even some darker stuff like Hellraiser. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I don't want to spoil it, but Stranger Things is a really great romp. In fact, I think I might rewatch it and force my family to join me. Yes!
I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
I saw that. Cupcake Envy in the house.
Oh my god.
Christine. I love Christine so much. I lurk in her channel constantly.
You lurk in everybody's channel. Like, you can be in 17 channels at once. Like, I don't understand. Like, I need what you have. Because, like, I would love to just lurk in people's channels without having that shit open. Like...
I do. But I only lurk. I only lurk in the people that I truly like the most. So like I follow a lot of channels.
I've been online for a month, and you're still lurking in my channel. Like, I don't understand it.
I am.
I know you are. I'm looking at it right now.
It's a stream offline. What a bastard.
I know. I'm a dick. Whatever. Games feature. This is our feature presentation. I'm not doing that blah 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 because Yogi wanted to talk about some other things. The feature presentation for tonight's show. The cards are dealt, revisiting Hearthstone, and some other games.
Oh, come on!
Scrolls and Soulforge, Part 1. The card game hype is real, guys. If you guys have been following any kind of card games lately, it is going crazy. There are a few games that I'll let Yogi talk about the first one, and then we'll get into the second one because that's what I'm looking for. But let's revisit some of our favorite games. Let's just say Yogi's favorite games and what new in the wonderful world of card games. Speaking of which, with Elder Scrolls Legends and Gwent, how do you say that?
Gwent.
coming out, which I do want to play. I do want to play Legends. I do want to play. I when I watched it the first time at E3, and I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be freaking cool because it's like two sides of the board, and you have to decide where you want to play your car. I want to play it. Just
make sure you guys are registered for the beta.
I already did, but it's a strategy. Like you can set up this big side of the board and then have a something else that they have to attack on the other side of the board. And then you just play with. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. But to start it off, Yogi's gonna tell us a little bit about Scrolls.
So Scrolls, this is a game that unfortunately went through some legal battles to boot. They actually fought with Bethesda because the word Scrolls, apparently they own it in the context of video games. Yeah, it's just stupid. No one should own a freaking single word. And it's not even the same genre, like, whatever. But that got thrown under the rug. There's a lot of growing pains for Scrolls, but, long story short, this is the Mojang game that isn't Minecraft. I think it's the better game. Personally, it's more of what I like. It's more my wheelhouse. It's a CCG that combines tactics mechanics and some other really cool things in there. It's just really, really cool the way they do this game. If you like games like Final Fantasy, XCOM, Advanced War, Desert Commander, there's a lot of games I can think of. Ogre Tactics. This might be up your alley. Banner Saga. And then it combines the things that it also reminds me a lot about Magic because it's a lot of resource management. Like if you don't have mana and you don't manage your mana properly, you're gonna be screwed. So you have to have your decks balanced really well. And it's like in that aspect, it's a lot like Magic. In fact, it's also like Magic in the fact that there's a lot of flavor text in the cards and the way the synergies work and different effects work and the nuances there. So Scrolls is still live. It was supposed to be shut down starting this month. It's still up. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to scrolls.com. Yeah, they said it July 1st. It was supposed to be shut down on or after July 1st, but it's still going.
Well, you know why, right?
Why?
Because people are continuing to play it. I really, honestly, and truly think that you get some of those games that people really don't want to die, and then they kill it, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're not gonna play any game you make ever again then. So that maybe they might be scared of that. And they might have planned on saying, well, we're going to shut it down, but they might have something in the background saying, new expansion, whatever.
D. Jackson 7584, thanks for joining the party.
Thank you.
I miss having these notifications because, they really get your attention.
I'll have the notification set up for next week.
Yeah.
And then so everybody will be able to see and hear when somebody joins us.
And next week,
crew, man.
And next week we will definitely budget our time better and start getting more call-ins and
You're
stuff.
a fucking liar, because we're not. We do this every week.
No. It's been the past couple of months.
We gotta talk about some Hearthstone. We got people.
Hearthstone, yes. Hearthstone. Let's talk about Hearthstone. But don't sleep on Scrolls. And play it with me. I need to play with.
We'll come back to the Scrolls talk. I know there's probably a couple people that might want to get in that Scrolls talk. So, because I do know a couple people that still play it, besides you. So.
Okay.
Hearthstone, guys. If you guys have not played Hearthstone, since the Whispers of the Old God, if you guys haven't been on it, go get on it because oh my God, Cthulhu madness continues. There are so many decks that come across. How many we've seen? Probably every character with a Cthulhu deck in it, right?
Oh yeah.
Minus a Paladin, really. That I've ever seen, and I've got my Dragon Paladin started, so if anybody, I need some people to play against me to see how strong this Dragon Paladin deck is. So
Dragon Paladin is really good.
I got a Dragon deck, dude.
Dragon Paladin, hell yeah.
I'm missing Ursurus. I'm missing one legendary card.
Ysera?
Yep.
That's the first legendary I unlocked.
Yeah, fuck
Go
you.
figure.
I got Deathwing and all the other shit.
Ooh!
You need new deck.
I got both Deathwings now.
Oh, did you? I hate you so much.
I attacked the other Deathwing the other day.
Oh, you got that. Deathwing is such a
The new
great
Deathwing.
oh shit
I
button,
got both
man.
of them. I got both of them now. I got the one that clears the board. It's a 12-12-10 drop. I have the other one that actually was it? It doesn't clear the board.
No, it drops dragon out of your hand. It puts a dragon from your hand to the battlefield.
With it. So, and then like some of my cards in my dragon deck, at least 4 of them have taunt. So it's one of those things where I can play your Sierra or Deathwing down at turn 10 and then automatically pull that taunt card if I haven't used it already. So a lot of things that can happen, guys. Yogi, have you played the new Tavern Brawl yet?
Yes, awesome.
Isn't that some trolly ass shit?
It's fun though, cause like the other thing, there is a lot of RNG, right? Because if someone gets a card that buffs off of spells or gets bigger, the more. Yeah, like I can't remember the name, the Trog door, whatever, and
Stone Splitter Trog.
the Trog, yeah, the one that gets increased when someone else uses spells, right? Like you get increased attack.
When your enemy uses a spell, you get a +1/+1.
No, +2. It's +2 attack, and Stone Splitter Trog starts as a 3/5. You drop him every time that they Raven Idol. It gets +2 attack, so in one round it can get like +10 and it gets dumb.
It gets ridiculous. The other one is pretty broken. It's the Questing Adventurer.
Yeah, Questing Adventurer. Mana Worm is also super strong if you find it on a mage.
True. Yep.
Now I do want to say something. I had a little bit of what do we say? Insomnia last night, so I was like, you know what? I'll come back in here and get on Hearthstone and play a few Tavern Brawls. I'm gonna win one. I mean, basically, Blades is just like, dude, it's RNG heavy as shit. If you don't get pissed, you're not, you're fine. Well, I play and play and play. I went through every single character from Rogue, Paladin, Warrior, every single character on there one or almost twice. And then I finally said, screw it, I'm going to bed. Play one game with Blades saying, hey, do this, this, and this, and I pass it. I don't like when that happens. Like RNG.
I mean, Tavern Brawls.
Cupcake, I want to play against you on my
Yeah, she's got a Warrior OTK. That's
on my 40 spell mage.
That's out of her because she's aggressive. So like that doesn't surprise me. Christine, she looks so sweet and like she's so cute, and then you're like, oh damn, I don't want to get her bad side. She's doing some fucked up shit. Damn, you're aggressive.
Depends. If you can shut down the combo or take out the pieces, maybe, but 30 spell mages. What do you guys think about the new expansion? That's supposed to be en route.
I've heard a lot of like teasers, and I'm trying to avoid any teasers. I actually like being surprised with the expansion. You know, like if there's a new mechanic coming, I'd rather not know what it is. Like when
they haven't talked about the mechanic, but they've talked about where they're taking inspiration from.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. This is the thing that we were doing research on last night because we were thinking about where is it going to come from.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys remember, BC, that was vanilla, dude. No, yeah.
Yeah, Karathon.
Yeah, vanilla WoW. You guys played back then, or even if you guys played in was it Lich King? It came back for a while where you could go to a raid. And basically they just revamped the raid and made it, more bosses had more hit points.
There's supposed to be another one in the new WoW expansion too.
In the new WoW, they're bringing Karazhan back again and actually doing back some stuff. So in Legion, so we don't know, but we think that the next X pack for the Hearthstone is going to be Karazhan, and because you have the wings, it's set up perfectly for it.
Yeah, but League of Explorers was like OC. If you think about it, like, how does League of Explorers fit into the Warcraft universe? Think about it.
League of Explorers, when WoD came out, when the Warlords of Draenor came out, Blizzard was really, really in tail of saying, hey, let's make these guys explore everything. Let's make them find things. I mean, like you had, to the point where Bronzebeard, where that card is put out, it actually, it's double your.
So hold on, wait. I can cover this real quick because there was a big thing. League of Explorers, when it came out, was actually because League of Explorers isn't the newest one. Whispers being the newest one, technically. League of Explorers right before that came out because they always kind of line it to WoW. Because if you look, WoW did Archaeology came out in WoW during that expansion, and when Archaeology came out, League of Explorers covered the map. There was a large coverage of the League of Explorers all over the map because they led you into the archaeology traits.
True.
And then after that, when we got the Warlords of Draenor, as I'm just now getting into it and starting to play it, I'm noticing it has a very large tie to the old gods. So when we got Whispers of the Old Gods played really well into Draenei, and then with the new one coming out, there's a lot of talk. There's a leak from China that someone data mined it, and they were a credible source. They're the same one that leaked Morgul the Oracle and stuff, saying that it was only 3 Chinese characters. There's only a list of 4 places that were 3 Chinese characters, and the most likely is going to be Karazhan. And plus, there's been alleged leaked video. I don't know how much I trust it, of someone's game wigging out and showing a Tower of Karazhan expansion. So we'll see. But I'm still hyped. Still hyped.
Yeah, that is true, because, to be honest, Hearthstone kind of started off as a way for them to reinvigorate the Warcraft universe, but it's become its own beast. It's working.
Though.
Oh, yeah, it's working.
Because, here's a question for both of you, right here. Now, you guys both play Arena, I know. I watched Blades play Arena match, and I was just like, I couldn't do that shit. Fuck all. I would not know what to pick up. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be stupid. Has Arena matches gotten harder lately?
I love Arena. I think it's the most productive thing you could do if you don't really care about ranking up. But
you want to at least get to 20.
Yeah, at least you hit 20, and I try to at least go for 15. I used to try to go for like 10 or lower, but now it's so much work to get there.
Like what was my I got a legendary card for my box last week.
Yeah, because you get the Foot Locker. So it is.
What did I get?
Now it's.
Was it a 9-drop?
No, I think you got Yogg out of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got
Yogg's on of all the shit.
Like it was crazy.
No, it wasn't Yogg. It was N'Zoth.
I'm Yogg.
It was N'Zoth you got.
I pulled N'Zoth out of the card.
Did you? I don't know.
I've had N'Zoth.
You got so many damn legendaries in the last few weeks. I don't effing know. I've got 2 legendaries, and one of those I had to craft.
We got some stuff coming for you.
That's
anyway.
so crazy.
Be patient. Stuff's coming for you. Okay. But what about you, Yogi? Do you think it's getting harder? I mean, is there more people playing? What do you think?
It used to be, I feel like Arena for a long time, Mage was the auto pick. If you got Mage as one of your 3 choices, you had to go with Mage. Reason B is because Mage has a lot of high value. It's value town for Mage because a lot of their common cards are really good.
Double board clear, Blizzard and Flame Strike.
Exactly, and most of the best Mage cards, the real staples of a Mage, or just any kind of play, whether you do control or face, whatever you're doing, it's all common. Fireball, polymorph. These are things that if they pop up, chances are you're auto picking them because it's just so good.
Mage is one of the cheapest, top 10 decks.
In Arena, in Constructed, Mage has come up, but I think Mage still struggles in some aspects.
No, I'm talking solely Arena. I'm talking. I say top 10, if you can get to there, a Mage can hold its own in the top 10. Of Constructed if you have the right legendaries. There's not a deck that if you're gonna go into like if you just want to get level 20, use all the base cards or use a Cthulhu deck. You're gonna get the Cthulhu deck no matter what, really. All you gotta do is play the game. So
Yeah.
it's something like if top 10 being top 10 in ranked, you got the the Golden Dragon deck, which can't wait to get those cards. But it's like one of the most expensive decks. If you were just to pay for it all and get all the get in and buy everything, I mean you're looking at upwards of $5,000 or more.
Oh, more than that. More than that.
I'm talking like real money. Like
I thought you were talking
What?
in dust. I was like in dust.
I mean, you're talking like you're talking like every card is almost a legendary. So you're looking at $1,600 per card for 30 cards. Like you can spend so much. I mean, if you do it, if you want to do it that way. But I mean, just even buying packs and hoping you can get it unpacked, and that a gold card on top of it.
Yeah,
hard enough. A legendary gold card. It's like 1 out of 1,000 packs, man. Come on.
I've been on the search for that priest, that Ben Brode fucking priest. I've been looking for it because I love priest, favorite class, and it's so weak right now. I have been diehard hunting for this priest ever since Ben Brode put out the damn tweet. I've got a Reno priest, I've got a Cthulhu priest, I've got a Golden Cthulhu priest, I've got I probably have about 6 priest decks that I'm working with right now just to figure out what the hell Ben Brode was talking about with priests being in the meta. Like, because he said there's there's stuff people just haven't tried to put priest into legendary status. Right. And so I've got OTK priest, Cthulhu priest, gold, like not net decked, like custom built, ground up Reno priests and everything. Everything I've done has been completely custom because obviously if no one's doing it right now, the net decking isn't going to help you. No one's really discovered what this Ben Brode priest is, and I think I think I'm pretty close actually.
It's a purple unicorn.
That being said, okay. Which heroes, and this is something that we don't have a lot of time yet, so like a couple seconds for each answer for both of you. Which heroes can rule the roost in constructed versus arena?
Okay, so do you want to go first, Yogi, or should I?
Well, like I said,
This
Mage.
will probably be the last question. Then
Mage used to rule arena. I feel in terms. I'll just say this is my answer. The most versatile, for me, the most versatile classes I think are still Priest, Druid, and Warlock. I feel like there's a lot of tools they have to work with, and a lot of different ways to play them, and because of that, you could make budget decks that are effective and competitive. Mage to an extent too. Mage has come up a long way. But like, Christine's saying in the chat that like after Warlock she likes Mage and Rogue. Rogue I feel is really strong, but they run out of they kind of fizzle out if you're not careful with the card draw. Doing all those combos, and then you're in a situation where you have to top deck something really good. It's rough with Rogue. Rogues are very tricky. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Rogue's kind of up there. Control Rogue, OTK Rogue's really strong. All right, so when we're looking at Arena, I say Mage is still top of the hill. Like, Mage just has too much. Priest is okay in Arena. It's not great. I think Shaman is really strong in Arena. Like, there's so much potential that you can do with Shaman. As far as actual constructed, Duloc, Aggro Shaman pretty much dominate the meta right now. There, of course, Dragon's coming up really heavy, and so is Pirate Warrior. Like, Pirate Weapon Warrior is really strong. So I'd say those are probably some of the larger ones as far as constructed meta and arena for me.
Right. For me, in this area, I don't play arena. Like, I think I told you the other day, I have never played in an arena match.
The rewards
I
are really
use-
good,
I
man.
use all my gold. Well, I use all my gold to freaking go buy packs because that's why I got so many legendaries because that's all I do.
Yeah, but you can
So,
earn enough in an arena run to buy a pack and then get another arena run, and it pays for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. The
Word, yo.
word to your mama. Constructed. I feel like with what Blades was saying, a shaman, a tempo shaman for me is actually really good to where I can lay down and use use my trog in a certain way and then pull out my taunts and just periodically just keep control of the board. I guess it would be a control shaman, right? And then I think priest is fairly strong and constructed just because of what you can do with a priest. I mean, if you got what is it called? Soul Priest?
The Achinai Soul Priest.
If you got the Soul Priest and you got two of them babies, like you can do so much. I mean, you got board clear, you got kill potential, and then you put Cthulhu on top of it. Come on, man. It's really strong. And then a druid is. You guys know that I'm pro druid in everything, even WoW. But it's something that's. But I'm really liking my dragon deck. The reason I like my dragon deck is got all those legendaries. So, any last words from you, Blades? Besides, you'll be back next week probably to talk about this shit.
Yeah, probably. I guess if I have to pick a word, I will say homunculus.
I said words.
Words, okay. Homunculus, anti-disestablishmentarianism, eviscerate the proletarians.
Damn.
That's right, Scrabble like a motherfucker.
Yogi, you got any last?
Got heavy in here. So next week I think Christine Cupcake Envy should join us. That's Cupcake with an extra E Envy on Twitch.tv, of course. We've talked about her many a time. She should join us talk Hearthstone, and we'll continue this conversation. But I'm Yogi Zilla everywhere on Scrolls, on Xbox Live, Steam, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, all that good stuff. Let's connect.
And you guys don't forget that TSE at TSE Obi-Wan on Twitter, and TSE Obi-Wan Kenobi, new YouTube channel. Go hit it up. We're gonna be getting some good gameplay there. And then of course I'm gonna be starting out the what app is that? No, not Snapchat. That Instagram here shortly. So because we're gonna be doing some cooking stuff here at the house here as well. So we got more of that stuff to come in. But we do want to let you guys know HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Google Play, MusicTune, Google Play Music, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to favorite, subscribe and share, thumbs up, do all that other even better. We love some reviews and comments, guys. It's quick, it's easy, and it really helps us out. Huge thanks to all those who have been promoting our content. Every little bit helps when we're trying to realize our dream. You guys like eye candy? We do too. We got YouTube. Check us out, even this show and a lot of other things that we're doing. YouTube.com/Geeky Antics and the cast right here on Twitch.tv/Geeky Antics as well. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover. We can't possibly plug them all. So you guys go to geekyantics.net/schedule. You can also check out our flagship shows and our Twitch profile aggregate feed over at geekyantics.net/podcasts. Guys, don't forget all our music for Geeky Antics, or most of it for Geeky Antics, even this podcast, is brought to you by TechnoX. That's Techno with a K. You guys go to technox.com to check out anything that you guys want to see. But for you guys that are listening on allgames.com, Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is followed up by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time, of course, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out in the room by clicking the live or chat button and just say hi. If they don't say hi back, say it again. They'll say it eventually. Remember, if you guys haven't remembered by now, the B-Team podcast is Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on our unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. As for me, Obi-Wan X2, YogiZilla, and our guest,
What?
TSE Blades, we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Later, taters.
Squirrel.
Every time I hear that, it's so funny. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week talking more card games, trolls, I said it, Soul Forge, and, of course, Hearthstone. We'll see you guys. Peace.
Later.
Tata.